you hear that?
Comic review. Welcome everybody to Comic Hero. It is April 3rd, 2019. New comic book day. Let me show you what I picked up today. Just a quick reminder, on the description I have my Instagram. If you ever want to know if a key book's coming out or something, head on over there. I post all the books that I got and with little reviews around midnight on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning you're ready to know what you're going to pick up. Okay, let's get started. First book from Boom Studios, we got Rocko's Modern Afterlife. Funny story, I got this cover by Nostalgia. I used to love this show when I was a little kid, so Rocko, zombies, why not? It's a good story. Probably going to keep it up. I think there's only 4 parts to it, so that's about it for that. For DC, the only book I picked up this week was Justice League 21. First appearance of the Forager. Very good story, interesting story. This is probably my pick of the week. So definitely have to pick this up. A very good story. And first appearance, so what else can you ask for? From Marvel, this is where all my money went to. I know I talked a lot about this cover. I wasn't going to spend it. I thought people were dumb for wasting that much money on this cover. But here you go. The Immortal Hulk 16, the 1 of 25 variant. Good book. I read it and then I walked into my LCS today and they had it. It wasn't too expensive. About half the price what it is online, so I had to get it. I couldn't just leave it. I think I spent $59 on this, so I got that cover. You got 2 of these gorgeous covers right here. 1 and 2. Good story. Everybody should know by now. Spoiler alert. The Red Harpy appears in this. I know we were all hoping for the Red She-Hulk, but nope. Okay, so we see Doc Samson and Immortal Hulk are continuing their adventure to find Rick Jones, and they run into Bushwhacker, and let's just say everybody's found a way to take down. We found the weakness of the Immortal Hulk because we see it in this book and we see it in No Road Home, so it's pretty funny. But at the end, we see that the Hulk, Bruce Banner, is forced to come out, and it's not really Bruce Banner, it's Joe. So my guess is it's Joe Fixit, who's back. So 2 amazing things. You got Red Harpy, Joe Fixit come back in Bruce Banner's body. So very interesting. So that's why I had to get that 1 in 25, and it wasn't too expensive. We were just talking about this one right now, Avengers No Road Home. So this is a good issue. We see the Hulk's team run in with Nyx. And basically it's Hulk versus Nyx, and it's pretty interesting. Like I said, everybody's found out the Immortal Hulk's weakness. They bring the daylight and no more Immortal Hulk, and that's how he gets taken out in this. Nyx ends up getting her hands on 2 shards, so only 1 left to go. And 2 issues to go, so this is getting really interesting. I picked up Conan the Barbarian, number 5. Haven't got to read it yet. Let's move these. Picked up Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man and Miss Marvel. Interesting story. Nothing really much happened. They swap bodies at the end of this book. It's a pretty good book. You get to see Peter Parker struggle with adult life and Miss Marvel struggling with being a kid. One wants to be a kid, the other one can't wait to be an adult. And like I mentioned before, they swap bodies, and that's pretty much how that ends. This one was a total cover buy. I don't even read this, but how could you say no to that cover right there? Just beautiful. Star Wars 64. Right here I got Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys Marvel History number 2. Not gonna lie, I was not a big fan of this one. I really love number 1. I know a lot of people had issues with number 1. I loved it, so I picked up number 2 and wasn't a big fan of this one. It was, I don't know, it was one of those comics where it wasn't for me. The humor and I just couldn't get into it. But like I said, a lot of people are different. It might be for you, wasn't for me. One of the big ones this week, Major X, #1. You got the first appearance of Dreadpool and first appearance of Major X. This is a good book. I don't think it's worth the whole hype. I was seeing some local comic book shops that you're only allowed to get one. I guess they were expecting this to be really hot. I don't know. It's a good book. I know a lot of people don't like Rob Liefeld's, but if you don't like Rob Liefeld's writing, you're probably not going to like this because it's literally all that stuff into this one book. You do get to learn his identity at the end of this book. Spoiler alert, it's Cable's son. So, yeah, we'll see how this one ends up. I'll probably keep picking this one up. One of my favorites this week was Hot Shots #2. Was not a big fan of #1. And when I saw Deadpool come at the end, I was like, oh man. But let me tell you, this book, definitely worth it. It's really good. I actually like what they did with Deadpool. I love the story, and they're after this artifact that was made by the Celestials, at least that's what they believe. And Domino's trying to get it before any government, anybody can get their hands on it and study it. And we find out that Tony Stark is after it, working with the government. So it's basically Domino's team versus Tony Stark. Interesting. Like I said, Deadpool is great in this book. I usually don't like Deadpool books, but this one was good. Another big one, War of the Realms #1. Bunch of covers for this. I just got the original. I was gonna get about 2 or 3 covers that I really wanted, but after I got that Immortal Hulk, I was like, nope, I don't have enough for that. It's a very good book. Everybody's been waiting for this. If you open the book, you see all the ones that are gonna come out. So this is gonna be a very expensive run to follow along with. A bunch of stories is going everywhere, so expensive run. I don't know what Marvel was thinking, but I'd probably be buying all of them. We got The Amazing Spider-Man 18 Hunted. Now, if you haven't read this and you haven't seen on my Instagram, oh man, this story is wow. I hate Nick Spencer for this. I had so many feels when I read this. I actually read it 2 times and I was like, wow. If you don't know the Gibbon, right there, you're going to feel so sorry for him. At the end of this book, you're like, wow. I wasn't crying, but I had dirt in my eye, but it looked like tears. If anybody walked in, they would think I was crying, but I wasn't. I really wasn't, but it's a very good, interesting story. One of my favorites this week, too. It's probably one up there in top reads for me this week. Next, we have Captain America #9. This book, I'm on and off. I'm so glad I got back on it 2 issues ago. It's getting really good. Captain America's in prison. He's trying to find out. He's trying to live. This is a very good issue. You got Captain America in prison, trying to lay low. But that's impossible for somebody who's a hero and trying to help everybody out. So you get a brawl between Captain America and a couple guards. And as we all know, if you've been reading this book, the Power Elite is trying to make Captain America's image horrible. They're trying to ruin him by destroying his image. And they have this whole thing on videotape and they release it out to the world. So everybody's seeing this Captain America who already has a bad image because of everything that happened with Secret Empire and now being accused of Rick Ross's death is being made look bad. But it's a good book. Literally had to pick up 7, 8, and 9. This book, you won't regret it, trust me. Last one I have right here is Deadpool #11. Did not really like this book. I bought it because of the first appearance of Good Night an issue or 2 issues ago. And I kind of wanted to see his origin story. So you see his origin story of how he's been trying to kill Deadpool. It's good, but it's like one of those books that just wasn't for me. It wasn't bad, but I just didn't like it. I'd probably stop getting this book after this one. There is one more with Good Night. I think the next one should be the last one they have. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Many people do love Deadpool, so. And I think Scotty Young is almost done with this run too. I think they're going to switch it to another writer here soon. So let's see where that goes. Okay, so my reads of the week. Obviously, the Avengers No Road Home. Hot Shots number 2. The Captain America. And this Amazing Spider-Man. Like I said, check that book out. It's a good book. Trust me, it give you the feels, guys. Go get it. And for my cover buys, definitely have to say this. The Star Wars 64. This Hulk 16. And the Bennett cover. Just because it cost me so much, so it has to be a cover of the week. Okay guys, that's everything I picked up for this week. We'll see you again next week. And don't forget to check out my Instagram if you're interested in seeing these books, a little bit more details, better review. I have everything right there with a couple pictures and what I thought about it. And have a good hunting this week, and I will see you soon.